Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 trading psychology tips that are specific to my personal journey that I feel are the most important ones and the most influential ones if you want to be a profitable trader. So, anyways, let's just get right into it. Okay, coming in at number 5, I have paying attention to other traders on social media. I mean, this usually always does more harm than good. It's pretty much just a distraction for you, and it makes you feel like you have to do more, get bigger profits, you're not doing enough, or they have some secret that you don't know about, or these guys on Twitter. But anyway, it just makes you compare. I mean, I just can't tell you how many times I've seen traders, especially on Twitter, have like a little ego off, I guess we'll call it, and like a I'm right, no, I'm right type of scenario unfolds. And I mean, it's just toxic. It's better to just, especially while you're executing a trade, you definitely do not want to be looking at what other traders are doing. And I mean, at that, you could even be consuming false information by watching all these traders on social media. There is some good information out there, but there's way more false information out there, and you want to be careful about that. Okay, and now at number 4, I have being right is not equivalent to profitability. So, you are not always going to be right. You will get it wrong, and you will always lose. You'll have losses. And I mean, you can have a 30% win rate at the lowest and still be profitable. And this is where risk management comes into play. Risk management is king. And if you lose, or if you get it wrong, you shouldn't beat yourself up about it. You should reevaluate and learn from it. And personally, I wish I would have come to terms with this sooner, because back then, if I got it wrong, I would like beat myself up about it and think I don't know what I'm doing. And it's just a toxic cycle of thinking, and you got to come to realize that the charts aren't always going to be cookie cutter clean, or you'll simply just have an incorrect analysis. Maybe you miss something, and it happens, it happens to everyone. Now, coming in at number 3 is going to be forcing your will. So, the markets are not always going to be clean, and there may not always be a setup performing, at least in your kill zone. So, this is a time where you just have to sit on your hands and sit through it, and you can't force trades just because you want profits real quick, or just don't do it. Do not force your will. And I mean, there may even be weeks of unclean price action because it's being heavily manipulated and not able to move as freely as it normally is. For example, this is something we have seen in Forex recently. Not all the time, but there has been ranges where it was like that. But yeah, definitely do not force trades. The market doesn't owe you anything. This is a business. It's not here for us to make money. It's here for us to lose money, actually, for them to, that's how they get their money. Um, and at that, you don't have to trade every single day. I mean, you could literally just find one good setup per week and be a consistently profitable. But if you get stopped out, don't be like, oh no, no, I'm right, all right, and then re-enter, and then you'll maybe lose again. Maybe even then you'll be like, no, 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 I'm for sure right, and then you'll enter again, and you get stopped out again, and yeah, that's forcing your will. You definitely do not want to do that. I personally am a victim of this in the past, and the way I solved this was, if I was having this type of feeling, I would just take a 5 to 10 minute break. I'd just walk away from my charts, take a 5 to 10 minute break, and then I'll come back and reevaluate. Now, going into number 2, I have after 2 losses, close your charts. After 2 wins, close your charts. And I originally learned this from ICT, and I've come to terms with my own personal trading that this is very beneficial. If you get 2 losses, this may lead to revenge trading, and revenge trading is a good way to blow your account. And then as for the wins, every time you get a win, you get a dopamine rush. in your brain. You can't control it. It happens. It's just how our brains function. But anyway, you'll get a dopamine rush every single time you get a win. And your brain will chase that feeling. And if you overtrade, this can lead to losing your initial profits in the first place. And that's no fun. I mean, no one wants that. But I mean, you really only need one good trade. You don't need multiple trades. Like you see these guys on MT4, MT5 taking like 10 entries, and yeah, you don't need that. All right, now coming in at number 1 is going to be patience, and this is the psychology point that I personally struggled with the most. But at the same time, it's also the psychology point that I improved on the most. And I mean, you literally might be sitting at your charts for hours before the setup performs, and I mean that's fine. You have to weather through that. And as for whenever you execute, like you could be sitting there waiting for like up to an hour for it to hit your take profit, and it may be hard to believe because of all the sped up videos, including mine. But I promise you, it's a lot of waiting. It's not just like straight, unless it's like a huge news event. It's not just like a straight shot up or shot down like you see in the sped up videos. But anyways, for me, patience is the most important thing a trader can have. Trading is 90% waiting, 10% execution. And if you don't have patience, impatience could lead to you getting in too early, limit your profits, or you just close a trade because you can't handle it. But if you master patience, you will become a better trader. I promise.